Pastor Gregory Hedden has a lot on his mind when he comes to work at Genesis Baptist Church, but his church building is not one of them, even though it's more than 50 years old. That's because Rob Rogers is helping protect the church's biggest physical asset.
You've got to have people who know something about a building to be able to look at it and say what needs to be done right away, what needs to be done a year from now, what you're going to have to do 5 years down the road. And we have had that with ESRA.
That's ESRA Facility Management and Consulting. ESRA keeps Genesis Baptist clean inside and out. But ESRA does much more than housekeeping. In fact, right now, Rob is using infrared to check the roof for leaks.
In an area like that, it might show up blue.
It's part of ESRA's thorough inspection services to help trustees plan for the future of their building.
We probably have 12 or 13 AC units. They don't last forever. They go out. But if you got somebody to tell you that we've looked at all of them, we can expect this one to last 3 more years, this one may be good for 7 more years, and you know that, and you can begin to put funds aside and plan for those kind of things. Because if it just kind of happens to you as an emergency and nobody's made any plan for it, it really puts a burden on the church. Then you have a kind of crisis. I remember that very well in this church. Something would just break and we'd have to come up with a way of fixing it. What that also meant is other things had to suffer, like the ministries. Staff had to work without any kind of pay increases for years. And so it's a lot you have to think about in running a church.
Take this wall outside the church office, for example.
See how the sidewalk has started to slant into?
It's something that was spotted during ESRA's inspection.
That wall is actually giving way. That wall, you can actually look down the wall and see a curve in that wall. That's a pretty major project. But we already know now that we're going to have to do something about that at some time in the future.
With ESRA, Genesis Baptist has one service for all facilities maintenance. They also have Rob Rogers, a retired Air Force officer with 30-plus years experience in facilities management. But Pastor Hedden says he brings much more than that to the job.
A genuine person in terms of just being a good man, a man that's committed to his church and has a heart for the house of God.
And that allows the pastor to stay focused on nurturing the church.
I want to remind you that revival starts at... You have so much more than you would have with somebody who just knows how to mow a yard. You need somebody with the expertise to make what you have last as long as it possibly can. And that's been my experience with ESRA.